welcome to Tonsil Hockey, the podcast born of a love of heated rivalry and here surviving, thriving, living off of off-campus. How exciting.
I would say off-campus is probably the methadone.
I really agree. Yes. Oh my God. Give me my little cup of off-campus, please. Guys, I'm going to say it. We've had some interesting reactions when we said that we were going to do this episode. And I want to own from the top, Olga, if I may. We hated Hunting Wives. We tried. We'll never do that to you again. We'll never put you through a show we don't like. We'll never do 8 episodes on a show if we're not sure you'll like it. Which is why we're going to do 2 episodes per podcast episode.
And then we're gonna do a heated rivalry recap in the middle, so you won't have to sit through this.
Yeah, honestly, it's gonna be divine. But more importantly, we put it on Instagram. Will we do off campus? Overwhelming, I'd say 80% of people were like, hell yeah,
because they're in the same boat as us. They need something to tide them over.
Yeah, exactly. And then a little 20% were like, don't you make me listen to that. People have said, Jessica emailed in to say, when off campus came out, I avoided it for quite a while. Girl, same. Then I thought, oh, it's romance. At least I know what I'm going to get. Girl, same. Please know, if HR, heated rivalry, is 10 out of 10, OC is at most a 4.
Agreed.
Oh, I disagree. I'd have said 6. It does not compare. I agree, but it's apples and oranges. Please watch the show as if it's an old CW or WB show. Okay. Yes, from the early 2000s, like Gossip Girl. I do agree with that. More the OC, more...
no, it's more chaste than that.
Well, yeah, what's the equivalent?
None of them would ever do drugs. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm like, what
and
is...
Gossip Girl and OC would do drugs. They would
true.
die of an overdose in Tijuana. No one on off campus knows about an overdose.
I agree. What is...
Of what, a liquid IV?
What is the equivalent? Yeah, all these boys are so ardently committed to their workout regimes. What is what is the equivalent show?
It's like One Tree Hill, maybe?
It's One Tree Hill.
It's cozy.
Yeah,
it's like
I agree.
Gilmore
One
Girls,
Tree Hill
whatever.
before One Tree Hill was like, what if they were all kind of emo? It's a cute story, but it's tropey as all hell. Yeah, but I like the tropes. Ooh, Jessica. That being said, I ate up each episode. I love the college party scenes. Makes me want to play flip cup in low-slung jeans and smoke a joint on a rooftop. Wow, Jessica, we are different people. Conclusion, off campuses, fine. Good boobs, fun parties. You may need to reheat afterwards.
I like this.
Do you? I fundamentally disagree with that. Also, sorry, we've been here for what? 25 minutes in the studio? You going to mention my boobs at all?
Oh, shit!
Thank you!
Wait, what's going on?
I got them out just for you.
Wait, are you wearing padding?
No one else is allowed to comment about them, by the way. Don't you dare.
But is it like a Victoria's Secret oil bra situation?
No, it's not full of anything. It is a Victoria's Secret bra. Thank you. It's the push-up bra.
Okay.
And then this is a 1950s, like... vintage swimsuit top that I found that has so much structural inbuilt support.
Damn, the girls are out.
Yeah.
It's like a coin slot in there.
They both feel to me like they've, you know, when someone gives you like a leg up over a wall, they're both like, whoa, I can see so much up here. Huh? They can't believe what's in the next field over. They're like, huh? But we had to pay some
there's
tribute.
2 boys on top of each other in a trench coat holding both of them.
No one else allowed to talk about them, but it's mad to me that Olga took so long to do.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Now I can't look away.
Well, yeah. I'm extremely excited to talk about off campus. Before we do...
I'm dressed up as Garrett because he was drafted by the Bruins.
And I love it.
Because Amazon has enough money to use the actual franchises and not the
Hell yes. If Jeff can do one thing for us, it's that. Do you want to, before we get into it, talk about Paris this week?
Well, Paris is full of people.
Oh my God.
And they're wearing clothes.
Ooh la la. Connor Story is there with his hard nips in Paris. Are they pierced or are they hard? Probably both.
Why not?
Have you seen the pics of him in his black
and he's wearing a jacket. And it's Charlie. You pointed out that it must be like 40 degrees in Paris right now and he's wearing a full long sleeve jacket.
There are photos of him where he arrives and he's in multiple layers and you're like, my guy, do you want to die of heat stroke? What's going on? But there are also other pictures of him in a little slutty black tank and everyone's circling his nips because they're pointing.
Is he doing pep rep?
I don't know what he's
doing. Pep rep is pepperoni representation when you have big nipples.
Oh.
Like Nick Jonas has pep rep.
No, these
My
are just
husband
like
has
little
pep
peeps.
rep.
Okay. Cool to say husband.
Cool to say husband.
But yes, that was very exciting. Also in Paris are the guy who plays Justin from Off Campus and the girl who plays Ali, who has just had a breakup with a horrible
Famously.
man. Well, just based on what he said on a podcast. But they've been seen canoodling in Paris as well.
They flew first class.
Did they?
Yeah, there's a picture of them like holding up
Cool.
champagne. It's like I too would be in love if I was flying first class.
To Paris, yeah, from after a very successful show that's just been renewed. Yeah, I guess I could probably feel something for literally anyone who came near me. Yeah. Oh, do we have a shared experience? Let's fucking have sex then. I will say this.
That's lesbianist.
Girl, you bet. From a regional gay? Are you also gay? Let's go. I agree. Did you see the Culture Awards? Culturistas?
Yes. the opening song. It's the opening number, right?
Yeah.
They did
Yeah.
it in hockey jerseys.
Oh God, it was.
I
gorgeous.
was in it. They just cut me out in post.
Same. My literal dream is to attend those. I love them so much. Every time Meg Stalter does anything at the Culture Awards or Las Culturista Awards, I'm like, yes, please.
What award would you give the Heat of Reverie boys?
Thank you for asking. Is there an award for questioning? And I say that because
The Q and LGBTQ?
because I feel like
I know that's not what it stands
we know
for.
because
Jesus, calm down.
Because
put your fingers away.
as I have said many times on this podcast, I forgot I was bisexual. Is there like a reawakening?
Oh,
award?
yeah.
Maybe it's a reawakening.
Lesbians who remembered their bi.
Yeah, and like 40-year-old women who remembered they're alive.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Bit
Yeah,
of
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Bit of fun. But yeah, it was really, really fun. I think, is there any other big news on Heated Rivalry at the moment? We know the second series is coming in April now. That feels massive. I know,
Huge.
crossing fingers. We can, but
We can
hope.
reheat up until then. Surely.
Oh, I think we should do some sort of live watch along before then. For
I think
YouTube,
so.
maybe?
I think so.
Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
And you know how you can watch on double speed? You can watch on double slow.
What?
So if I stretch it out enough, I can watch the first season so shot by shot until April.
Sorry,
I
you're
think.
telling me this now? We could be watching
Slow-mo?
that ass stuff slower? I mean, that wonderful acting.
Give me kiss
I love it.
over the period of
I love
15
it.
minutes.
Oh, that's my dream. Okay, amazing. Well, before we jump in, let's talk about the reactions to our long game episode.
Okay.
Lots of people really thrilled we're reading the books, really want us to keep reading the books, and are, because they're our audience, incredibly annoyed we're not doing it in order.
Yeah, I would say that's the feedback that I keep getting. It's like, well, you wouldn't be asking that question if you have read the 3 other books. You know I haven't.
Well,
And also sometimes I ask questions in order to entertain you. Sometimes I ask the question and quite frankly, I don't care what the answer is. I just thought it was funny to ask it.
I, on the other hand, am deeply ashamed that we haven't started on book 1. We will be doing that. That's next. We begin at book 1 very soon. That's the next project. I promise you. Okay, stop giving out to us. Right, off campus. I'm absolutely elated and excited. Let's talk about episode 1 and 2.
Okay, so
Oh, sorry. What did you know before? I have to ask a question. Sometimes I ask a question just to entertain you, Olga.
okay, yeah, no, this is true. Give me a taste of my
And
own
actually, I
medicine.
don't know the answer to this question, which is, what did you know going in?
Nothing. I didn't know anything at all. I knew that Amazon Prime as a whole, with the success of The Summer I Turned Pretty, were like doing a big bet on YA. They have this like other show that I have no intention of watching where it's like a complete reenactment of The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Huh? What's it called?
Oh God, 1 second. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay. Because I didn't know that there are books until we got a text message from our producer Charlie, who was like, maybe some people will want us to read the books. And I was like, it's based on books? Wow, there's so much hockey smut. Going in, I had seen the ad, and I was actually
Every year after? Is that a thing?
Oh, I've seen
I have-
like stills from that. I haven't seen.
Yeah, I have no
the
intention of
advert.
watching this. But I read the plot, and the plot is literally identical to The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Okay, well, I mean,
And apparently the same as My Life with the Walter Boys. It's like, okay,
I couldn't bear that.
once you fuck 2 brothers.
Yeah.
Is that old trope?
Pick your family, watch that show. You can't have multiple on the goes. That seems reasonable. Yeah, I similarly knew that it wasn't, knew that it was YA, didn't know it was books, did know that it was hockey, I will say from the outset, obviously go into every television show with some hope of at least a gay character.
Mm.
I think there's maybe one, but we're not even saying that out loud, even though he is in the theater department. this is one of the straightest shows I've watched in a long time, and it was so fun to revisit a world where homosexuals don't exist, really.
And a white show as well.
Pretty white. Yeah, pretty freaking white. That's true.
All the white kids get to fuck, and the only non-white kid gets to cook.
That's right. And mind a grape. We'll get to it. All right.
All right.
Good point. Wow, wow, blind spot. Yikes. Okay, tell me, episode 1, tell me what happens. If I'm new here, I didn't watch it, but I want to know what's going on, Olga.
Okay, so we're going to do a very quick recap, and
Mine
then it's
won't
just
be
going to be
quick.
hard opinions, okay?
Mine will have the opinions built in. It'll be less quick than Olga's. Off you go.
All right, I did not want to like this show. I was like, I like heated rivalry. Why are you trying to be heated rivalry?
Yeah.
Then they are winning me over by opening with Dancing With Myself. Great song. Dancing
Tune.
With Myself. Then it goes into Excess by Rina Sawayama, which I think is probably one of the greatest songs of all time.
The playlist for this show is so good.
I think it could only happen on Amazon Prime.
It's so freaking good.
I can't imagine how much money they're spending on music.
I also didn't want to like this show, but what won me over from the outset is the sheer number of references that overlap with Heated Rivalry, which for me, as we said earlier about the methadone, I was like, okay, yeah. At least somebody's talking about it like it's real. I didn't hallucinate it. The Bruins are real. The Stanley Cup exists. Ice hockey's happening. So that was nice for me.
Yeah, and also so many references to 80s films, which is obviously when you grow up. So I'm kidding.
No, but you're right. There are a lot of 90s references and early 2000s as well in terms of the, like, there's a scene that is so reminiscent of 10 Things I Hate About You that I can't even... Yeah, there's lots of good stuff.
Okay, so again, let's just get through the plot because I have so many opinions that I need to share. We open on a very, very good scene where she does see his ass. As she's one of the... She only janitors once the entire time?
Yeah, she's covering for the day off of the janitor. She accidentally so Hannah, our main character, walks in on Garrett in the shower, which
Hannah and Garrett are the main couple.
Straight out the gate, they're not a couple at the start. One of the things that I'm so excited about is I'm like, okay, it's a naked hockey player in a shower. Is it the scene that is the ass as good as Heated Rivalry? No, but is it nice to be back with the boys as they wash? Yes.
Yeah. If anything, what we're attracted to is hygiene.
Yeah.
So any time a man is showering, that is getting us off.
You're joking. I'm not. I am attracted to hygiene.
Turns out that he is in her class but doesn't know who she is.
Yeah.
She's really good at school. She gets an A on an essay in philosophy. They're obviously studying philosophy.
If you want to know anything about Hannah, it's that she's good in school and she's a busy bee.
And she's got really big tits.
She's got amazing boobs. Now, I want to say also here that the actors have a big age gap, right? She's 19 and he's 29.
Yeah.
And because I am 37 at the time of recording, I do feel weird about how many of my notes, when I look back on them, do comment on how incredible her boobs are. But if I may, I think boobs went out of fashion and it's a real fucking thrill to see them back a bit.
Okay, I beg to differ, but I will say, as an ass girl, I think we should stay in the 2010s. That being said, I think much like we were sexualizing Shane and Ilya, and by no means Connor and Hudson, I think I'm sexualizing Hannah the character.
Yeah, me too. Okay, fine. In that case, woohoo! Wow, wow, wee, wah.
But doing.
Get me a motorboat. Or something, sailor.
Hope you got a boating license this year.
I liked it. I liked where it was keeping going. I liked that. Put on a life jacket. Let's be having it. Come on. Tell me what else happened.
So then she's clearly into some like indie sleaze boy who's like very, I want to say 2000s hot.
In that he is also played by a 47-year-old, as all teenagers in the 2000s are.
The thing is, shout out to everyone supplying retinol to the cast of Off Campus.
He's definitely the kind of boy who, if you say you like an album, he's like, really, what songs are on it? Instead of, which song did you like? He has that energy. You know, really? You think you've heard of music? And you're like, well, yeah, I just said, oh, okay, forget it.
Name 3 of its albums. It turns out she's good at class. Our guy, Garrett, needs to be better at class. Otherwise, he can't do his hockey stuff.
He needs to get a tutor so that he can keep up his grades to stay on the
Exactly. He finds out that she's into the guy. We know that she is separately studying classical music composition and is about to lose her scholarship because the classical music composition scholarship doesn't exist anymore.
Can you believe that?
But then there's the pop music scholarship. But in order to get that, she needs to win the pop music competition.
It's already setting up so many classic tropes of romance and of teen movies. I love it
can't.
so much.
Okay, well, that's the thing I hate, but we will continue. We'll continue. We'll get to it.
The fact that Justin has is really moody, and that Garrett's really forward and a jock, and she just has to solve a problem by entering a talent competition. J'adore. I know where I am. I'm comfy here. Oh,
Okay.
I've already made the shape of my ass on the couch. I'm ready. I'm comfy. I live here.
Okay. Then it's set up that Garrett lives with 3 other hockey players in what is basically sort of a hockey frat, but it's just a house. I guess it's called off campus because they live in an off campus house, the 4 of them.
And it's specifically not a frat, I think, because we find out later that
Some of them are in an actual frat.
yes, and that Justin is in Bo or Dean's frat. And so they are living off campus because they train for hockey, question mark?
Sure.
If you're American, let us know what's up with that, but it's not important. I don't know why we made such a big deal of it. The actual their living situation isn't as pertinent as we're making it, or the title makes it sound.
Hannah lives with a girl whose name I've already forgotten.
How dare you?
She's very
Allie.
beautiful, Allie. And Allie, while
You better
Hannah,
remember the name because she's going to be the lead character in the next series.
It's true. Hannah's all buttoned up, even though her tits are out. And Allie, she's a little more of a free spirit. She walks into their shared joint accommodation and takes her top off.
Yes, she does. Also, Allie has, in my opinion, some of the greatest television hair
Yeah.
we've seen in a long time.
Curly bangs. Curly bangs
Curly
are...
bangs.
Wow.
The youth on the internet are saying it's the new Rachel. I don't disagree. People are going in, they're bringing it to their hairdresser.
Have you ever had curly bangs? I feel like you have.
Yeah. It was called a breakup in COVID. I got curly bangs.
I did see you with curly bangs.
Yeah, they're not as easy as you might think.
No one thinks they're easy.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Did
fair.
you think?
I thought it was manageable, but it wasn't.
Tell me what you think what Taylor Swift currently has is. Is that curly bangs? That's wavy bangs.
Kind of wavy, which to be fair, Allie has more of a wavy bang, I think. A real tight
It's not like a
curl.
ringlet.
Exactly. I end up looking like a Jane Austen, sort of like third sister.
Yeah.
Whereas she looks like, like you said, a free spirit. Like
you
she knows her rising moon.
Do you think Jane Austen, third sister, is code for lesbian?
Yes,
Or
that's
it's
what
like,
I said.
she's unmarried. It's like, no, she knows she's unmarried.
Yeah, unmarried. Living with a good companion. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, then there's a party that they all go to, which is Remy Wolf, who's an incredible artist, singing on a roof of one of their buildings.
So cool.
So cool, so sexy, so fun. Hannah is convinced by Allie to go out. Hannah puts eyeliner on. It's very Sandy from Grease at the end of Grease.
Yes, yes.
Then she gets clocked by not only Garrett, but also Garrett's friend.
John, please learn their names.
I need to learn their names.
Have some goddamn respect.
And what you need to know for lore, and this is something that I hope Catherine Bohart already knows, that the guy who plays John is a former Broadway kid.
Producer
Did you?
Charlie
Which
saw
one?
him in a show. In Jagged Little Pill.
Jagged Little Pill!
That's so
Shout
wild.
out Canada.
Shout out Canada.
Shout out Peter Gallagher's daughter, who played the lead, who was the dad in the OC.
The OC, I know who Peter Gallagher is. Don't come to my house and insult me. You're the one who doesn't know anyone's name.
This is so true. Okay,
Does she have his eyebrows?
Yeah.
Nice.
And she was also one of the friends in You. Anyways.
Wow.
Babe. The guy who plays John, who was like
With those beautiful eyes.
a baby Broadway kid, he won the a baby Broadway award, like a Teen Tony or whatever the fuck there is. And you know who won it at the same time and was also his girlfriend for a time? Renee Rapp. He's like the last guy she dated before she was like, I'm good.
That you mustn't blame the guys. It was never gonna she picked the most lesbian looking man she could find.
Yeah, the winner of a Broadway Teen Tony, a Jimmy Award.
It's called a Jimmy Award.
A Jimmy Award. Oh.
Yesterday with this year's Jimmy Awards. Wow, guys, if you want to know who the next presented by Bow and Yang.
Presented by
Charlie
Bow
is
and
giving us such good intel.
Wow.
Well, wow. Our little Jimmy is John. How exciting. That's fun.
There you go.
Renee Rapp. Wow, that is so much inside baseball. But we're back in the room.
But we're in hockey.
If you didn't keep up with any of those references, well, what the hell are you doing?
basically, Garrett keeps approaching Hannah. At this point, he like looks at her reels and plays them out loud because she used to in high school play pop songs on her guitar, very Taylor Swift. At which point, you and my husband commented saying, "This is very High School Musical."
Oh yes, it is.
And then do they agree on their bet before or after his game?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Basically, she sees.
Let's cut that and then we just go.
She sees a guy who made her feel uncomfortable. We're not sure how or why, but she sees a guy who made her feel uncomfortable at the hockey game.
Yeah, and her breathing gets shallower and everything slows down a bit, and we get a like sort of slow-mo in his face.
Yep. And then she sort of escapes into sort of a musical theater rehearsal space where she plays.
You know that they have an all hockey.
Yeah.
Stadium.
Where do you store the boas at the hockey stadium? She's there. She's playing piano. She's listening to Elton John's The Bitch Is Back, and she starts playing along and singing along with it. Garrett, who at the same time is playing a hockey game, needs to cool off because he's losing, and then because his like dad is in the bleachers and it's throwing him off, and so he then sees Hannah just so like completely free singing that song, and it zaps him out of his funk, and then he plays really well. And my understanding that then they make this deal?
Yeah, they make a deal. It's a classic sort of not 10 Things I Hate About You, but She's All That sort of like, that's a bet obviously, and she doesn't know about it, but I mean that sort of teen movie agreement.
It's To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Yes. It's like he needs her to help him get an A in this philosophy exam, and she needs the like oral presentation, lol, and she needs him to make Justin jealous so that they're going to pretend to be dating, and she's going to tutor him.
Yep, and it's fully transactional. She says the word transactional. It's very sexy. Then they play a callback to Dancing with Myself from the very beginning, but it's a cover by Remy Wolf, who we saw perform at the little party. Very fun, very cute book ending. And then it was directed by Silvertree, and I was like, wow, Silvertree, what a name. So then I obviously Googled her. Silvertree was an airline flight attendant based in San Francisco when she was involuntarily furloughed for 6 months in the wake of the September 11th attacks. And in those 6 months, she decided to get into cinema, and now she's directing off campus. What a world! You thought My Chemical Romance is the only thing that came out of September 11th. Not so fast.
Sorry, that's amazing.
Silvertree.
The way
Shout
our
out.
brains work is so different. Silvertree, good for you, girl. I'm so happy for you. Do you know what? I've reacted to that. Like, I react to my brother does this lovely thing where he knows that I care about sport more if I can invest in the sort of human story behind it. So he sends me voice notes about each World Cup team so I know what's going on with them and specifically how their mothers feel about it.
Do you watch Coach Jackie on TikTok?
No.
You must watch Coach Jackie.
Who's
on TikTok.
Coach Jackie?
You know Coach Jackie, Charlie.
What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Who's Coach Jackie?
You have to follow Coach Jackie. This is exactly the type of shit you love.
Okay, because I think my brother should be doing TikToks about it because he'll send me genuinely, I'll be like tearing up.
I cry at every single Coach Jackie video I watch.
It's crazy.
Everybody go watch Coach
The story of Curaçao's manager is make it a movie already. Just make it a movie. Anyway.
Scoring a goal against Germany.
No.
Everybody crying.
It's just, well, do you know the background there?
What's the background?
Okay, his name's Dick Advocat. He is
That is a funny name.
right? And
I'm also an advocate
he used
for
to
Dick.
He used to and I wish you would stop being he used to be a manager for bigger international teams. I think he managed the national Dutch team, and he is the oldest manager ever to be at the World Cup at 80 years of age. He went to Curaçao to manage this tiny little team from the smallest population country to ever qualify for the World Cup, and he got them to qualify. It was amazing, unexpected, so surprising, so unusual, never happened before, unprecedented, huge thrill. And then he's supposed to be taking them to the World Cup, and his daughter gets sick, so sick that her life is threatened, and he has to quit. He can't be their manager anymore. They get a ringer in. It's not going well. It immediately all starts to fall apart. They start to lose games in the run up to the World Cup. It's like, what the hell, man? Then Dick's daughter recovers. Huh? It's a beautiful tale. He's back, baby. He's back to be the oldest manager in the World Cup. Now, here's the problem is my brother tells me these gorgeous stories, and I'm like, Peter, I'm so moved. I've never wanted a team to do better than I want Curaçao to do. And then, he tells me everybody else's sob stories, so now I'm like, what the hell kind of Sophie's Choice World Cup is this? And secondarily, he's like, no, you missed the point, which I always do when he tells me these beautiful stories about underdogs, is that they've won by just being there, which I simply can't accept. He's like, no, being there is the point. And I'm like, no. Anyway.
That's kind of the mindset I used to have as a woman having sex with men before I found out that I could actually come.
Oh, that's tough. It's just nice to be invited.
Yeah, be like, it's who cares about coming?
Yeah, just thrilled
happy
to be here. No, but seriously, that's how I feel about Silvertree. Congrats, girl. All right. So,
okay.
Fantastic thoughts.
Okay, this is something that like comes from very, very deep inside me, and it was touched upon before. Tropes in our gorgeous email at the beginning of this episode. Tropes from you with the heart-shaped, ass-shaped hole in the sofa that you're seated for. Listen, there are two types of tropes in this world: tropes that are grounded in reality, and tropes that you recognize only because you saw them in other movies. Okay,
yeah.
Real tropes: friends to lovers. Hey, enemies to lovers. Falling in love with your best friend's sister. Oh my God, that's just life. Hunty, that's just life. Co-workers, office romance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Tropes that do not exist in real life. Let's make a bet. Let's be fake boyfriend and girlfriend. Actually, there's a breakdancing competition that the prize to which is $20,000, and that's exactly the amount of money we need to save the community center.
Saving the community center.
Those are things that you see and you recognize, but you don't recognize.
That's why I love them so much.
But you don't recognize them from life. You recognize them from other movies.
Yeah.
And they just stuffed at least the first episode with tropes that you've never ever seen in real life and only ever seen in other movies and TV shows. And for me, I'm willing to forgive one. I am not willing to forgive 2, 3, 4. And
so fascinating. I'm completely the opposite.
Interesting.
I feel like shoving as many as I did in there, I was like, cool, this is farce. This is fun. This is silly. This is camp.
It's harder to relate and like them.
For me, that was never going to happen because I simply didn't look like a supermodel while I went to university and managed my entire overwhelming career and education whilst like thriving and having my best possible workout regime at all times, and also having like, I was just like, I'm never, they're so glossy. That's never going to happen for me. At which point I'm like, yeah, make them cartoon-like. Throw in all of these ridiculous circumstances, because then at least I can be like, this is imagined.
But isn't the reason we loved Heated Rivalry because they did look that good, but there was still something real about it?
Yes,
that's why
I don't feel like this is the same in that way.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's Heated Rivalry is better.
Oh, but by a mile. But I think that's why I said apples and oranges, right?
Okay.
Like, I really feel like we're talking about the best the genre can be versus the sort of like most enjoyable the sugary sweet version can be.
Interesting.
And I thought it's not the most enjoyable.
Michelin star McDonald's.
Yeah. And both have their place.
Okay. And I think the most real to me the show ever was episode 7, and I was on the verge of tears, and I was like, this is actually fantastic.
Yeah, and we'll get to it.
But it was the only time to me it was grounded in any kind of reality.
Interesting. I fundamentally disagree. But I'll tell you about that
when
we get to a very specific scene.
Okay. I love to disagree with you.
We always do on these things. Which one do you fancy more? We haven't talked about that. It's opening episode. You've seen it and met everyone. You don't know a single goddamn person's name apparently, but you've seen all of their faces. Whose face do you want to lick the most?
Okay, I'm gonna actually pull up all the characters.
That's a crazy answer. The answer is Garrett. Oh my God,
we need to talk about. Okay, so I call that ugly hot. He's obviously not ugly in any capacity, but he's hot but not pretty.
I love it.
Whereas both Heated Rivalry boys are pretty. And how do you know if someone's hot or pretty? How hard would How hard would it be for them to do drag?
Yes, that's true. And I do much prefer usually pretty. But I think of this. Hannah's gorgeous, but she's just so young. She's just so young.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I tell a lie. Allie.
Is Allie number 1 for you?
Allie's number 1 for me and Garrett's number 2. And honestly, I've changed again.
I'm listening.
Okay. Okay. For me, it goes Allie.
Yes.
Dean, which makes
Dean is the blonde one?
Series 2 really exciting for me. Garrett. Hannah.
Oh, is it only 4? Are we adding anybody else to the mix?
No, I mean, then, like, I guess John.
John Logan. There's Justin.
Yeah.
There's John Tucker. There's Bo.
It goes John, and then for me, it goes Kendall.
Which one's Kendall?
She's the girl who you neglected to mention in your recap of episode 1. who was in bed with Garrett. And here's what I'll say about Kendall and your important exclusion of
stop
her,
right
because
now.
it's quite important as a plot point. It's quite important because what we see very early doors is Garrett sort of not wanting to have any serious relationship. We know that he's known for not having girlfriends, and she gets the feels when she shouldn't, and he's like, nah, man. But what a really interesting conversation happens where she's like, I want to be your girlfriend, and he's like, why? What do you know about me? And I was like, oh my God, imagine if I'd had that kind of wherewithal at university.
As
anyone, to just be like, okay, but why do you want to know me? Why do you want to take up space in my life? Like, do we actually know each other? Do we actually like each other? Do we actually care about each other?
Or is it a status symbol?
Yeah.
Or is it a box to
it wasn't a status symbol with me, but maybe it was like, or because like you actually care about me because we would be good for each other. None of those things even occurred to me. I was like, attention, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was an interesting conversation. But episode 1, you're thinking, yeah, I'll watch this, and also tell me your top 4.
I said I would watch. I think when they hit me with the 20,000 for the community center, I was struggling. I was like, it was just a sort of do you know when you're, I guess it's like a video game where you're shot once and you're sort of like wobbling, or like in what's it called, Tekken, when they hit you once and you're sort of wobbling, and
whoa,
then yeah. And then it was 20,000 to save the community center, and it was a full knockout for me.
Yeah, okay, I hear that. I hear that.
Okay, top 4.
I just realized what television show this is for me. Glee.
Yeah.
It's Glee.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. All right.
Tell me your top 4 of Glee. Okay, fair enough. Okay.
There's so many traps there. Yikes. Okay, well, do you want to talk episode 2, or do you want to tell me anything else about episode 1?
I'm going to give you the top 4.
Oh, sorry.
I'm looking at them. I'm feeling things.
Can't believe you have to check their names online. This is the difference between this and Heated Rivalry. Olga won't learn their names.
It's true. With Heated Rivalry, I knew their names. I knew the actors' names. I knew everybody's names. Yeah. Okay?
You knew where they went to primary school. Truly, I know.
Okay, who's hot to me? I think... Also, can we talk about how Allie's boyfriend looks like Josh Groban?
Sean?
Yeah.
His name's Sean. Say his fucking name. Yeah, I hear that.
Okay, I think... God, they're all, I guess, kind of hot.
Yeah, obviously they're on an Amazon television show.
Is it crazy that none of them are doing anything for me?
It is crazy that none of them are doing anything for you, because I think if I were 21, Dean would have ruined my life if he even looked my way.
He dyes his hair.
Yeah, but if somebody that assured, who just like is sexy and clearly has sex, winked at me, I'd be like, ah!
Okay. I think Allie and Garrett probably Allie and Garrett. Yeah, same top as you. I'm so sorry to be boring about this.
No, that's not boring. That's exactly we did what the algorithm designed them to do.
True.
That's fine.
This is true.
Fantastic. Would you like to talk about episode 2?
Yeah, talk me through it, babes.
I'd love to. I thought you'd never ask. Okay. My notes are a little bit heftier, but I'll try to move through as quickly as I can. We open in a diner.
Aggressive. Okay.
We open in the diner where
oh my god, she knows everyone's
Hannah
names
has
and
one
everything.
of her many jobs because she's busy and she's cleaning. She's trying to get her freaking work done, and her and Garrett are negotiating terms for tutoring. Their schedules basically, because it's very important that we know that they're both extremely busy. He takes her phone and says a very funny thing. I think I laughed for the first time at this when he says, "Sound of wind and fog. Is that a class or a haiku?" That's funny. All right.
And then he does a scene that is exact shot-by-shot remake of a scene in To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Oh, really?
Where he takes a selfie of them where she like is kind of bleh.
Yeah, and he kisses her on the cheek and she's like, "Whoa, we're not doing kissing." Yeah. And he keeps calling her Wolsey? Wolsey?
Yeah.
Wellesley? I think Wellesley. I should get that right.
Yeah, I think Wellesley.
Is it well? Okay.
Yeah,
and he keeps calling her Wellesley, even though she's like,
Wellesley.
"It's Hannah," which as a woman who's never had a nickname, I strong relate to. And it's cute. It's cute. And they debate if they need to do more than hold hands just to convince people that they're dating. Because he, as we know, famously doesn't do girlfriends, and everyone who follows Fifth Line knows that. At which point she's like, "What's Fifth Line?" And he's like, "Huh?" Because he can't fathom that everyone on campus isn't centering their lives around hockey. And Fifth Line is a website run by John's sibling called Jules and John, good for you. And Jules runs a sort of gossip account, but also a sort of hockey coverage account. I don't quite understand the function of Fifth Line. It seems like it covers, I guess it covers hockey related gossip, and they therefore would all know that he doesn't do girlfriends, so it has to be really convincing.
So it's like a Briar University de moi.
Exactly.
with a hockey twist.
Thank you. Why couldn't I get there?
And again, what's that a reference to? Gossip Girl. I can give you every single reference here.
It's heaven. It's heaven. So he's saying that they have to convince Jules before they have to convince anybody else. They discuss a hockey metaphor heavy plan for convincing the population of this small university big university, don't know, that they are dating. And similar to Hannah, I was like, huh? What does all of this mean? I think she's the puck. Unclear, very fun. The plan is essentially to show both their love. They break up. She cries a lot. Justin swoops in. There's a long stare between them at the end of this plan. And for me, some may disagree. For me, that's when I'm like, oh, they already fancy each other. They're already in. This
right.
is fully, not just fancy each other, like they know they have a good vibe.
Okay.
Because what is fun about this romantic dynamic is that the reason I think that they're more drawn to each other, and the reason that Justin ends up not being as appealing, spoiler, is that they have, the main thing between them is their banter. Like they actually have really good chat.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
But also I would argue that Garrett knew when he saw her sing in the hockey musical theater room.
Oh, interesting.
And the thing is, a hockey musical theater room is something that now all hockey stadiums are accommodating for gay hockey players ever since Heated Reverie came out.
That's so beautiful.
It's an inclusive space.
That is absolutely gorgeous. The women's stadiums obviously have wood chopping rooms. Which is and women's stadiums apparently. So Hannah goes as planned at 9 p.m. to Garrett's house to tutor him, and his housemate John answers the door and is like so moon-eyed at Hannah. It's very confusing.
He's obsessed with her.
Yeah, but that never really resolves itself, and I'm always, well, it does a bit, but not really. I'm all kind of like, okay. And the other housemate who what is his name? The Hispanic, is he Hispanic? The
guy who's also in the pit, John Tucker. John Tucker.
Well, this is what I was going to say.
What? John
Tucker? Okay, so they are just blatantly doing. At which point, like, why? By all means, why not absolutely just sort of mash everything together? It's a collage. It's a collage.
John.
It's a collage.
It's like Scary Movie, but for teen rom-coms.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say was, and you already brought it up, which is that he's in the pit, and so is Ali. Ali's also a patient in the pit in season 1.
Exciting.
And I love the pit, you guys. Don't know if anybody's watching. Probably can't make a fun show about that, but it's so good. Do you watch it?
I watch it with my mom. Every time we watch it, we call it going to work at the hospital. We say we need to clock in for our shift at the hospital every time we watch an episode of the pit together. It's very cute.
Sorry, that's unbelievably adorable.
Because our joke is that like we will have a relaxing day, and then we'll be like,
you want to scrub in?
Yeah.
You guys, that's so
It is very, very cute.
That's really moved me. That's so endearing. Wow, that's gorgeous. Well, Jules is there. What a coinkyding. Jules, who's John's sibling, is there, and Garrett comes down topless to convince them, but I think also to kind of like maybe get Hannah's attention, because the way Hannah looks at him when he's topless is like I think I looked at boys because I went to an all-girls school, surprise, and for the first ages was so confused by the feelings that my body was having when I actually met them in university. I was like, what? These guys? Huh? Really? Why do I like it? Huh? Anyway,
they're all flat up there.
No, but it's so confusing. Because I really thought I was gay from when I was like 14. Anyway, she has that vibe. And she gets all flustered, and Jules is intrigued. And maybe she wasn't expecting to be that ripped, but it's like, girl, he plays hockey, which we now know is a sport. And he gets her to come tutor him.
Not a sexual orientation.
Can you believe it? Just thought it was a place to meet girls. But they go tutor in his bedroom for Jules' sake, and Hannah is like, down here is fine, because we're supposed to understand that she's a bit of a dweeb. And Dean, as they go upstairs, is fucking with the door open. Okay, Dean.
And making full eye contact with Garrett as he has sex with a girl.
Yeah. I see a sex party in their future. Working on their oral presentation for their class, Garrett's phone is alight with messages from Puck Bunnies. A phrase that the women call themselves we're supposed to believe at this university when they're fans of hockey. Now, I'm sorry. These men are incredibly evolved. They talk about all of their feelings. They talk about sex and how gratifying and safe it should be for women. I can maybe buy into that. The idea that any woman came up with puck bunnies for themselves as opposed to what the boys definitely call them is grim.
Puck bunny behavior. Listen, I've just had a eureka moment. Can I interrupt very quickly to tell you something? I think the reason why nudity here isn't hitting as hard is because we don't get titillated. We just get like given it.
Oh,
like
that's
with Heated Rivalry,
interesting.
you really waited for the ass, and when the ass came, you were like, ah! Whereas here, ass opening shot. And then when we saw the first set of boobs, it was Allie just walking into her dorm room and taking off her top.
I love so much that your vibe on this show is, well, you know, if you give the milk away for free,
Ah!
I'm not going to buy the cat.
You gotta make me work for it.
Amazing.
Anyways, move on. Sorry.
I love it so much. In a fun, another fun rom-com trope, she's like, okay, so philosophy. Let me break it down for you. And he's like, surprise, I'm actually kind of smart because I do know about Nietzsche and Kant. And then he doesn't need her notes. He just needs to know why they can both be saying different things and both be right. He just can't read nuance. Sweet baby boy.
Man. Multitude of opinions, a marketplace of ideas.
It's gorgeous.
This is the same twist as it is in She's All That. Freddie Prinze Jr. I think Rachel Lee Cook is like, what do you want me to tutor you? And he's like, I literally have a 4.0 GPA and I got into Brown.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh God, I miss her. I miss him, but I'm glad he's happy as a chef now.
He's a chef?
He's a chef. He gave up Hollywood.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is a chef?
Freddie Prinze Jr. is a chef and he gave up Hollywood.
I will say a few years ago, he's...
What am I not saying?
I want to say like a decade ago, he was doing voices for the animated Star Wars stuff. And he went on this rant on a podcast about like why there's like the dark side and the good side and how it's like a constant balance. So the dark side has to keep winning sometimes. And it was the most erotic thing I have ever seen in my entire life. I didn't understand any of it, but he just said it with such sauce. I'll make you watch it later.
I can't wait to see that. Also, people aren't saying sauce enough. Or maybe they are now and saying it to me, but I loved that. Ali, we cut away to one of the saddest conversations I've ever seen.
Oofed.
Now, this felt real.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, whoa, baby, we're grounded. Ali, this beautiful, gorgeous, dynamic, sexy girl, is like sat there with a sex for straight people calendar. Would you like to jazz up your relationship before it peters out into a stone cold death? Well, we've got a calendar
20?
I know, but I also so like I get it. It's like those things you buy at the counter in a sex shop. You know, you just or you say you got as a gift.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if we tried
It'd be
this?
so weird and funny and stupid if we tried anything from this. Literally anything else. And she's trying to convince her boyfriend that they should try something new in the bedroom because, you know, it might be fun to change things up a bit. And he is like, everything we do is fine and also everything's just the same because we're at university and also I can just put a pillow under your butt. You liked that last time. And that's when I was like, oh, baby girl, the pillow under your butt, just fucking smother me with it. Especially if it came from Ali. Now, Hannah is playing her first version of her song to her group. Can I say, I don't know, you attended university in the States, right? This, and maybe because you presumably did computer science, you didn't have this sort of arts interaction. This whole, like, you see this in Girls, you see this in lots of American television shows, but I would not have done well with the kind of the sort of feedback loop of mode of education that seems to happen in American
Yeah, definitely.
universities.
Like you write something, you read it out, and then everybody in a circle gives you feedback on it. What happens in the UK? What happened in Dublin?
It's not that. Writing is for private. You write your essay.
Dublin is in Ireland, to clarify.
Yes, thank you. But you write your essay and you hand it in, and then the professional, the teacher, the person who's earned a PhD gets to tell you if it's any good.
Am I crazy?
Other random people who haven't done the classes, like the weeks of reading, are just giving you their opinion on vibes.
Well, that's lecture versus seminar, no? Because seminar is discussion.
We'll discuss things, but we won't discuss our own writing and work.
Whose writing are you discussing? Nietzsche?
Well, like, yeah, the person who we've read.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, I think Americans are much more individualistic.
Just the idea that, like, because you go here. You should. I was like, huh? Where's
No.
the hierarchy?
Some of the most traumatic experiences of my uni days are from feedback from like one very specific evil British twink that was in one of my classes.
Interesting.
He destroyed me.
Yeah, we did in drama school in my master's, we did I can't remember which practitioner's theory was basically that you should just keep saying truths at each other, like challenging truths. And there was similarly a very mean twink just said some of the most horrific things at my face, and everyone was just like, cool, that's lunch. And I was like, sorry, what? Huh? Yeah. Anyway, back to this. They're having this feedback loop and everyone's like, why don't you just actually say what the song is really about? Because at the moment it's not actually being what it's supposed to be. It's not like it's too scared to go towards what it actually is, which I wasn't hearing in the sort of weird
AI generated.
Yes. And then she has these flashbacks in that feedback to what it really might be about, which is a panic attack in her therapist's office. And then they perform their relationship in a lecture hall. Her and Garrett start doing this performative relationship to get Justin's attention, which they don't actually until they drop the world's largest water bottle. I was so glad.
I have it here.
It's bigger than that, though. It's bigger than that. This could have taken out a toddler. I was like, what the hell is going on? It's so big. And then he's watching.
That is accurate to American Girls, I feel like. Anyone who, like, I think
it was his, though. Wasn't it his?
Okay. Well, the fact that Americans own cars means that some of the most, like, everyday objects for them are absolutely massive. Because they can just drive them from place to place.
Okay. Well, then they're outside and Dean and Beau announce their birthday party is going to be in the sort of, like, over-the-top frat boy way. Is going to
Again, what are you talking about? How does that invitation work? How are you providing transportation
to
there?
Cape Cod?
Who's paying for the buses? None of this.
Dean turns out to be really rich, but it's still very strange.
You're telling me that a 19 or 20-year-old boy is calling like a bus company? I don't care how much money you have.
I do agree. It's way too much organizational possession of self. I just don't.
And also, it's like if you're inviting the entire campus, thousands of people can arrive. Like,
well, they did then follow up with a digital invite, so I guess that made it a little bit more elitist. They then run to Allie in the theater department for costumes for their they had to go in couples costumes, where a genuinely hurtful discussion occurs where Hannah's like, why don't we be Beetlejuice? Winona Ryder's gorgeous. And Garrett's like, she's beautiful, but she's not hot. And then Allie and Garrett agree that boy hot is boobs out, thighs out, and beautiful women are more like girl hot, kind of. And I was like, how dare you? And then, honestly, on my walk over here in this push-up bra and top, I had more attention from men than I have had in the last 12 years.
Are you serious?
And I hated it. I honestly was like, I hated the level of attention I was getting, because it turns out, have you listened to Only Fantasy, the podcast about OnlyFans?
No.
Okay. Basically, a constant remains true, that which we can learn from the porn industry, is that men just want boobs. Boobs, 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 boobs. Anyway, they have that discussion. It makes me sad.
And sometimes women want boobs too.
Never as much, I don't think. So Hannah is songwriting while Garrett does. Oh yeah, this is really weird. She's writing a song while she waits for him to tutor him, and she's waiting for him in this stadium. And he's doing a pre-game interview for seemingly a television series. I was like, who is filming this? It's a university game, isn't it?
I guess so.
They're all doing pre-game interviews, and I was like, I got it in Haunted Rivalry. Jesus. I got it in Heated Rivalry, where it was like, yeah, they're actual professionals. But why was there... Okay, Charlie's saying American college sports.
Yeah, I guess college basketball and college football are really big. Maybe college hockey.
But ice hockey? I guess so. Well, thank you. You've answered my question. Is this real? And then we get again a flashback with Hannah to that guy that she saw, that creepy guy at the game. And anyway, she's there to give him a philosophy tutoring session. And they go to the weights room, which again, another question on sports. Sorry, I have so many. Would you lift weights before a game? Doesn't that exhaust you?
That's a really good point.
Because it's not like for the flex or for the pump, because you're covering all that up. So it's not like a vanity thing. At which point you just surely tucking yourself out. Nobody warms up by lifting so much weight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was a thought I had.
That's absolutely crazy.
Thank you. And in talking about all of this, Garrett, and a very sexy scene starts to happen. Finally, Garrett's like, you have to stop blushing. when I look at you. And she's like, I don't blush. And then he moves towards her with the weights and puts them behind her, and she does blush.
Huge shout out to the makeup artist who they had to be like, cut. And
It's
then
incredible.
she
Incredible.
Beauty blender, some freaking road blush on it.
Exactly.
Toasted Teddy, get the fuck out of there.
Oh, and by the way, she's already made a really kind of sexy comment where she's like, I'm okay, I don't think we can do tutoring while you lift weights because I've literally never met a dude who can do two things at once. And then he says a sexy thing where he's like, then you have been sleeping with the wrong guys.
Oh.
And that's when she blushes. So exciting.
He could be fingering you and asking you about your day.
Yes. And so he puts the weights behind her and she's like, see, nothing. And then eventually it basically leads to her being like, I can be near you without blushing. See, I can even kiss you without blushing. And then John comes in and he's like, basically he catches them in the act, but also to prove her point to Garrett that she actually isn't affected by him. And people just kiss and blush sometimes. She kisses John, who there's always some guy who's used as a pawn. And you know where women ordinarily would mind that? Men are just always like, woohoo! Well, weird girl.
Puck bunny behavior, I'd say.
Exactly. Now,
Serving puck bunny.
she goes to the game and I'm sorry, my real question, and I hope everybody else was wondering this while they were watching this. Jules, a cool, seemingly creative, intelligent, articulate queer person, has decided to devote their entire university career to covering men's ice hockey.
Interesting. Yeah, you bring up a good point.
I just didn't buy it. The bunnies are in attendance and they all follow her. They all stay around Jules for the commentary, which I think is adorable.
Yeah. I was just impressed that Amazon obviously had budget for a real crowd.
I thought you were going to say had budget for a non-binary person.
That they do. They got a non-binary person in The Summer I Turned Pretty as well.
Hey-oh, I didn't watch that far.
Oh my god. But
okay.
yeah, they have budget for crowds. They have budget for actual news anchors as opposed to just the voiceover news anchor.
Yeah.
They're really rubbing it into our beautiful heated rivalry faces.
That's true. They then go to this party, the birthday party, and do you know why they shout Zamboni for him to lick up Dean to lick up the vodka that he spills?
Yeah, because that's what a Zamboni does.
What do you mean?
The Zamboni, like...
What's a Zamboni?
Oh, it's the ice flattener that goes out onto the ice.
Thank you.
Zamboni.
Okay.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm teaching you hockey terms.
I was like...
So he's being a Zamboni by going... Because he's the Zamboni and this is the ice. Zamboni.
Wow.
Okay,
thank you so much.
A very important thing is Zambonis are a huge part of hockey culture. Obviously, you got to keep that ice flat and cold. And I would like to say that if you want to see a Zamboni at work, I recommend you watch the Tate McRae music video. The song Greedy, she's on a Zamboni.
Oh, gorgeous.
She's from Canada. She had, what, $2 in a dream?
I didn't know that was a Zamboni.
That's a Zamboni.
Thank you. Good intel.
It's a great song as well.
Okay, so then we go to the party and fun bit of business where Garrett's dressed as what we think is a bad vampire, but it turns out he's a magician and Hannah's his rabbit. Very funny.
Very funny. Because
That's a bit
what
of fun.
can make a hot guy even hotter? Doing magic.
Yeah.
Which is true for me and only me.
Yes, I do agree with that. Also, Hannah's so cute and she looks incredible in this outfit.
She looks absolutely gorgeous.
My God.
But also it's a reference to Legally Blonde and it's also a reference to being a puck bunny. There's so many layers here.
I also felt it had a Bridget Jones quality.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I loved it. Do you think if she had a higher pitched voice, she would read as younger? I was thinking about this as she did her sort of like dulcet, deep laugh and her, like she has like a low tone voice. And I think it gives her gravitas. Anyway, love it.
You know she's British in real life, right? Do I know?
Yes, I know she's British in real life.
You're going to strangle me.
No, but I just think you should know the characters' names before you start to tell me where the actors are from. She's adorable. And he like takes her upstairs to make a show of them going upstairs in front of Justin, and it's very effective. In the meantime, subplot, Allie walks in. Oh my god, she's hotter than J-Lo in impersonating J-Lo.
I do think we're going to get sued for that.
I stand by it. And she brings her dweeb Sean with her, and he's supposed to be Ben Affleck, and she's like, without your cup you just look like a sad man from Boston. And he's like, so Ben Affleck, and I do think that was a bit of fun. But she goes to the dance floor and dances so sexily by herself. Is there anything more hot than a woman just like freely dancing alone?
She looked gorgeous.
She looked incredible. The hair was herring. Dean obviously sees her and is like, who the hell is that? And then they put on J-Lo, and then they have a sexy dance, and then she rejects him even though he's supposed to be a bit of a stud, and it's all very exciting and titillating, and I'm really excited that they're the lead couple in series 2.
Very excited because they got sauce. They got sauce.
Ooh.
They got swag. They got riz.
But I'm jumping ahead.
I will say that I knew the show was not made for the people that it's about, and it was made for people like us because J-Lo at the Grammys in that dress is a reference for people who are approaching 40. Oh my god! And then he plays a J-Lo song as if they would know a J-Lo song.
This is me from like the second part. Really? Were you born? Oh my god! Such a good point. Such a good point. That's so smart. You're so right. Anyway, the whole time Hannah has been like, I don't really drink at parties, and then sweet John is like, why don't you give her a closed can drink? Which I felt like was not really taking the fact that she said, I don't want to drink seriously, but it's still important that we know that all these men are emotionally capable. And Jules is convinced by their performative relationship. Hannah's boobs look insane. Ali's dancing alone. Wow. Dean has eyes. Wow.
And vis-a-vis dancing alone, something that you need to understand vis-a-vis movie magic, and I am enjoying saying vis-a-vis a lot, is that when you see people dancing in movies, they're dancing to silence, right? Most of the time, there is, because if they're trying to catch audio of people talking, they can't make it, have it be muffled with songs. So she's dancing to complete silence. So that is not only sexy, but also brave.
Yeah,
and
brave and cool.
As a person who's currently watching Love Island, as a sort of form of both self-harm and self-care, I realized
the current series.
Yeah.
Wow.
I realized that they never hear any music because obviously everything is constantly being picked up by mics, so they can't risk compromising any of the audio, so they're not hearing any songs. So when BB Rexa comes into the villa and sings them a song, the joy on their faces is real. It's the first time they've heard recorded sound in weeks.
That's nuts. Whoa.
Sorry.
Beautiful.
Something to think about.
And you're right about the 40 thing, by the way, because just to reference that again, his ex, Kendall, not ex, but like the girl he was seeing, who's also watching as they go upstairs, is dressed as Britney in the I'm a Slave for You video.
Oh, so, come on. That's not a reference any of them know.
Yeah, truly. They might as well be watching Crossroads. It doesn't make any sense. Garrett takes her upstairs, as we've said, and they have a hot moment, and then they go into the bedroom and they let go of hands, and it's all very quiet, and they fight over the bed. And again, I've written, her boobs are seriously astonishing. And I say that as a flat-chested woman, not as a lesbian.
Okay, flat-chested where?
Not today.
Flat-chested where?
Not today. The amount of work that's being done here. If it pops, you'll just hear like.
Did you remember when they made Vampire? What am I talking about? I was about to say Vampire Weekend. Victoria's Secret bras that had like pockets of liquid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course I do. Because I don't know what the equivalent of algorithms was then, but I'm sure they had an ad in the window that was just like, you can take your socks out now.
How many boys' first touch tit was actually a bag of oil?
That also had sea monkeys in. They are both so stubborn, they both end up taking the floor instead of the bed, which is very endearing. And then they're texting memes to each other. And then they talk, of course they do, about the pressure of what it's like to be built into an athlete by your dad, who's also a successful athlete. Oh, I missed that earlier. Hannah says to his coach, like, why do you just get teachers to give him a pass? Because you can get a bye if you're a student athlete. And he's like, he doesn't want one. He wants to earn his place. So they talk about that. And then they, he again puts on her music that she wrote on a guitar, and he genuinely seems to like it, which, okay. And then Jules posts about them. So they hop up onto the bed and are all very excited.
They're Demois official.
They're talking about Billy Porter. They're talking about the beaches. Garrett tells her he should ask Justin to help her write the song, the pop song. And they find a video of Justin playing music where he looks, honestly, 45. It doesn't look like he's in a band. It looks like he's in the reunion of a band he used to be in.
They're doing a Tiny Dorm concert, which is obviously a reference to Tiny Desk for NPR.
Bit of fun. And they fall asleep together. And then Hannah gets the bus back, and he sees her on the other bus. And he sees Justin sit down next to her. And he puts his headphones in and plays the Beaches because she said they were cool. It's all just very sweet. And I think at that point, I really know, like, Garrett's in trouble.
We love when he falls harder. We really do. We like that a lot.
That's true. That's true.
Closing thoughts?
I liked this episode more. I thought it was more dynamic. I felt like the other characters got some time to shine. I love Ali. I like her vibe, and I thought they were cute. You?
Yeah. I think costume party is a trope I'm always on board with.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna do costume party, let's do costume party,
Yeah.
and they did it.
They really did.
Freaking did it, and I
Hard
liked
agree.
it a lot.
Hard agree.
And I liked that there's a thing that I do really enjoy about the show is that while every person is kind of a stereotype, they do surprise you in a way they don't follow that stereotype.
Yeah.
So-
Jocks can learn philosophy too,
Yeah.
everybody. Okay. All right.
And so while Hannah is like the sort of cookie cutter prude,
Mhm.
I kind of do like that she's like, oh, I'll kiss you and I'll kiss this other guy. It's not a big deal.
Yes.
It's like usually a prude in a movie wouldn't do that. And I like how she goes against character for that.
I like that too. Horniest you felt throughout episodes 1 and 2? For me, it was blushing.
For me, I think it was her dancing in the JLo dress.
Fair. Most unforgettable line of dialogue?
For episodes of 1 and 2. I have this. What's yours?
She's prepped, please. It was Ali going, "This is me!" about the JLo song. I was just like, you don't
That's
know that.
cute.
And also
That's
it's really
cute.
sweet.
Let's just start with Nietzsche.
Gorgeous.
If I had a nickel for every time a guy said that to me.
Truly. Truly. My fucking friend's birthday party, please leave me alone. Your what the fuck moment from the episodes 1 and 2? For me, I'm sorry, it was the cool queer sibling of a frankly bad member of the hockey team spending their entire university spare time doing coverage of exclusively the men's hockey team. I was like, nah, it doesn't track. I'd believe that they run the gossip site. I'm not buying that they just cover.
Are that committed
No.
to men's hockey?
No.
I will say musical theater room at the hockey stadium. There are other places to store boas, top hats, and the little sticks that you do for putting on the Ritz. Bob Fosse did not train at a hockey stadium.
He drove the Zamboni. I'm learning. Thank you so much for listening to Tonsil Hockey. We are currently talking about off campus, but you know we love heated rivalry. We'll be back next Thursday. And in the meantime, if you want more from us, Olga's still laughing. I love it so much. The idea of Bob Fosse being allowed to drive apparently is very funny.
Bob Fosse driving a Zamboni.
In the meantime, if you want more from us, you can join us on Patreon, where we are currently reading The Long Game. How exciting. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and you can email us at tonsilhockeypodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to see you there.
And keep all your comments about Catherine Bohart's perfect tits to yourself, you pervert.
Don't be so fucking rude.